All right, it's 2:15 in the afternoon here, Tuesday, August 9th. And I'm going to start putting sand in the lower freestall barn. We start milking at 3:30. I should be done by then, but I'm going to chase this group out. They're going to run around this lot here. They've got access to bicarb and salt in there. Some of them don't always go for that, especially if they're in the last line or two. They get put in the barn right away so we can get going scraping and cleaning up, so they don't have access to it. It is a benefit to them. I have gone 2.5 weeks now without putting sand in, which right now they're doing really good without it. This is the cow I bought, Brandy. She's very friendly. I hate to disturb them, but I either do it now or in the morning after milking, and I'd rather have them eat before we milk. Come on. But I mean, we still have a decent amount of sand in here. I've really been piling it up in this barn. Once they all get going here, they're gonna get up and go find it and do well. I really like that cow. It's a young Pit Crew Rampage prospect out of a cutting edge stretch. She was too fresh to get scored a couple weeks ago. And then this dark one here is another heifer that I bought from Switzer Tals. It's a Davenport, little older genetics. Off to a slow start with calving difficulties, but she's starting to get better now, about 3.5, 4 weeks fresh. Pretty pleased with her. But we'll get all 47 of these cows kicked out. And yeah, they've kind of dug out these stalls a little bit. I probably should have maybe taken care of these stalls earlier in the week or late last week, but there's a lot going on. And so far it doesn't seem to have affected them mobility wise at all, getting up and down, which that's an indicator for me that it's time to get sand in. Most of the time, not a problem. Like piling this stuff high up front, and that's how it allows me to get 2 weeks out of putting sand in, and they really don't waste that much. So we're gonna keep going here. Hopefully get this done by 3 o'clock, and I can do the upper barn while they're getting milked. All right, it's the next day now. I finished putting sand in this barn this morning. I did this row this morning, and I did those two back there last night. But yesterday we switched to dry corn in the ration. You can probably see it a little bit more noticeable to see it visibly in the TMR versus high moisture corn. We ran out. It'll be probably at least 3 weeks before we're making high moisture corn again. So we got a little while before we are filling bags of high moisture. Hopefully end of next week we'll have the custom crew out to chop corn silage, is what we're tentatively thinking, or what they're tentatively thinking, and we'll maybe get going on our bags this week too, or next week. And that heifer there is mine. My dad and uncle brought her over yesterday. She's due on the 15th. Today's the 10th. She's an all-in out of an Elm Star. She's carrying a Derringer calf, but not making too much udder. That there is a new heifer calf born late this morning out of America. She's an Amir calf. Really like Amir. And I have a feeling that that's Genevieve. 91 point cow, fantail. Not too many of them in the United States. Imported semen from Australia, I believe, and that was an embryo that was shipped from Canada to Australia out of Fantasy, World Dairy Expo Brown Swiss champion, sire of popular winning formula, Fast and Furious and Famous. She's due with an Amir. She's a couple of days or a day overdue with an Amir. Also, gotta keep an eye on her. She's acting a little suspicious, but things are shaping up. Over here, calves are going to start slowing down after she calves, and her will have a little bit of a lull for a week maybe. We might have one more in there that's supposed to calve too. And when I was scraping stalls out, I saw that a belt had broke loose. So it is on this side, second from the back is not spinning. So always safety. We're gonna flip the breaker off so we have no electricity to, oh, that's not the right one. That is also not the right one. All right. All right, all the fans are off. So that's what they're supposed to look like. See, there's a belt on a pulley there to the motor. And this one blew up. And there's absolutely no resistance, so the motor is still spinning. That one's off, they're together, so that one is off. I'm gonna go set you guys up right here. Much easier to climb up here with fresh sand in here. And these motors are nice and on spring, so I don't have to loosen any bolts or anything. Voila, that's as easy of a fix for belts and pulleys as you can find. Really smart design for them putting that motor on a spring, so there's always constant tension on there. The girls are eating. Got a fresh cow that wanted to lay down. 5th lactation, silver. She had a world-class heifer calf on Sunday. But back to the breaker panel we go. Let's see if we were successful. And that's the one we just fixed. And it is all good. Well, it's the next day again and we've got more calves. This is Genevieve. I showed her as a spring yearling in 2019. Born in 2018, so she's 7 years old. She had an awesome Amir heifer calf today. Really like this cow. 91 points. Her dam is a 91 cayenne pepper. For sure that I know of, 2 excellent cows. So is she a possible 3rd generation? I don't know. Our Amir heifers look awesome. We're gonna calve one in November that we're gonna bring home, or I should say bring over to the rented place tomorrow to put in the dry cow pen, bred to Tampa. And then over there at the end, we've got a playmaker out of an R&R 2nd lactation Powerball. Really nice cow. It should test with decent genomics on that calf. Playmaker's really good, and she's out of one of our better genomic, Powerball's out of one of our better genomic tested cows, a shotgun. And I'll be off to the sale barn tomorrow with a calf and maybe a cow. But she's doing good, eating hay. She's just relaxing right now. We'll bring her down to milk her in about 2 hours. Calf is already tagged and really big. All right, it has actually been a few days now since I last filmed. Cows are creeping up in milk a little bit. We got into some better haylage. Actually, we made a stubby little 4th crop bag at home, so we wouldn't have to bale anything. And then we opened the new seeding bag at home too, the end that was a little bit wetter, not the dry powdery stuff that you saw me make. And then my uncle's blending that right now, so the stringy fibrous 1st crop from this year that was at home is gone. Got a group of cows that are in heat. She was fresh last week. She's fresh maybe only a month, but those 2 back there can be bred tonight. Bit warmer now, 80 degrees last few days, but cows are adjusting good to the ground corn. But I'm going to push up feed, and I'm going to do a few things to get ready for the bunker. We're going to start chopping bags hopefully tomorrow, and we'll be filling the bags ourselves, and then the custom crew hopefully will be here Thursday or Friday to fill the bunker. And right as I'm going to wrap up this video here, I'm going to show you guys a couple heifers that we brought back over here the other day on Friday. Today's Sunday. Brought 2 heifers home from our lower pasture at home. So this one's mine. She's been over here for about a week now. I'm gonna get you to move here. You're pretty well grown. That gold heifer there is an Amir out of a famous, she's not giving a great look right now. I've got her bred to Tampa. she'll be our first mare that calves, and I believe she was born August of 23, so she's about 25 months old. Really like this heifer. Nice gold color. We're actually getting more mare heifers on the ground now. And then this heifer laying down is a foremost out of a Daredevil, going back to a Lucky Carl that I showed. It's kind of exploring the semen tank last fall or winter. I suppose she'd have been bred in December, January. These two heifers are due at the end of October. She looks really nice. We had some semen that I found. Didn't realize that we had any sorted woody left. We had one straw of that, and my uncle bred her that day, and she clearly settled, which is awesome. Had some good woodies. We have one left that is actually in the dry cow pen right now. Nice framey cow, but not the greatest udder, but we had an excellent woody that died last winter with HBS, which brown Swiss you're going to be more susceptible to, which stinks because we had her bred to Doughboy and she was a month away from dry off. But if you have livestock, you're gonna have dead stock. That's just how it goes. Always seem to lose the good ones. But yeah, this is probably the lowest stocked dry cow pen we've had most of the summer. I suppose it's September 14th now, so it's not really summer anymore, but yeah, this is gonna wrap up this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for more videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And the next one will be kicking off corn silage. So that'll be really exciting. A little bit of a shake up for what's going to be going on. I don't know how many videos we're going to do. Hopefully I can get a lot of good drone footage this week. And I'm guessing it won't be long before fall harvest starts with getting the combine rolling. And I'm sure we can find some places to go shortly after corn silage to get high moisture corn and or soybeans going. So see you guys.